Hello dear friends. Today is a wonderful day to visit the plantation in Yixing. We arrived in Yixing just half a day ago. We're at our friend's tea factory to taste fresh tea. Xingming tea and after Xingming tea is ready now. After a while, possibly in 10 days, a regular tea will appear. We've already tasted it and agreed on supplies of tea for everyday use. It's so popular in Russia. But we'll also have a top-grade tea in our stock this year. Now until midday is a very active tea harvesting time. After it's all done, step by step they'll start to process it. Besides red tea, green tea is also produced here. They call it bilochun, sometimes maojian, maofeng. They use different names. It depends on the region of China and the preferences of the manufacturer. From the same raw material, they can produce different tea. It's very important to have good technology and diligence of production. The weather's beautiful, so I think the tea will turn out very good as well. Pickers use these small baskets. They're popular in the northern provinces of China because the shoots are smaller and the tea buds are harvested much more often. These leaves are quite big, and that's because 2 weeks has passed since Xingming. The longer the time that passes after the festival of Xingming, the bigger the tea leaves grow, and the cheaper the tea is. That's why there's a pretty big tea bud. Besides these baskets, pickers use bags as well. When the basket is full, pickers put the tea leaves into the bag. Then with happy faces and full bags of tea leaves, they go for lunch. Nobody uses bags for picking tea leaves, usually only baskets. It's a traditional way of tea harvesting. Only this woman is using a bag, because I took her basket. I spoke to some pickers. Many of them are from other provinces. Some are from Anhui, others from Jiangxi. It's very popular in China that pickers can migrate, depending on the harvesting season. If the tea is already harvested in one province, and not yet in another one, a whole team of pickers can move on to the next province and work down there, especially if the provinces are not far apart. Nobody likes to sit at home. Even if they don't have work at the moment, they start doing something else anyway, like weaving from bamboo, or making something by hands, or helping someone. Chinese people don't like to be bored. Either way, pruning bushes is needed, not only to accelerate growth, but in order to get more tea shoots. If you don't take enough care of the tea plant, it will grow into a shrub, sometimes into a tree. It will definitely have more branches, bigger leaves, and there'll be a bigger distance between shoots. Bush pruning is important. It gives life to many young shoots. It very, very much increases the size of the harvest, so it's vital for farmers. A smaller amount of raw material harvested from tea trees or tea shrubs will be more expensive due to the fact that there's much less raw material. This is what the premises of the factory looks like. The most important place is occupied by rolling machines, because the key process in red tea production, besides fermentation, is rolling and twisting runyan. Green tea is being produced here also. There's not enough raw material right now. Just a few pickers brought tea leaves. The tea leaves are laid out on the clean floor. It's quite an old tea factory, but still clean and well maintained, although it's not new anymore. The tea factory owner is a third-generation farmer. That is, his father and his grandfather also made tea. Possibly even his great-grandfather has been involved in tea production too, but he doesn't remember him. It's a long family tradition. The tea processing will begin as soon as the pickers bring the raw material, and slowly the tea production will begin. When I have to talk about runyan, the rolling machine, I need to sit down. But this time I don't have to do it, because it's a really huge machine, possibly the biggest I've ever seen. The rolling machine's quite old. There's not many of them produced now. Smaller manufacturers use medium-sized rolling machines. This manufacturer is bigger. They use these huge machines, so you can process a lot of raw material at once. Here's a small room. This is a fermentation workshop, using traditional methods. Nowadays, not many factories are doing tea fermentation in the right way. To be exact, this factory doesn't use plastic trays. They've only used bamboo trays for many years. It's an absolutely natural material. The owner says that if you use baskets made of plastic or stainless steel, it gives a bad taste to the tea. He didn't like them and threw them away and started to use the old ones from his father. It's also interesting that they only use firewood in order to heat the room. There's a wood stove in the room with a chimney on the back where all the heat goes. This way the room gets the correct temperature in order to create the necessary conditions for fermentation. They don't use electricity or other heating equipment, only wood. Wood gives the best aroma to the tea, and electricity doesn't. He tried using modern technologies, but refused them, and began to do it the old-fashioned way. This is the fermentation room from inside. We open the doors just to bring some light into the room. There's no electricity, and electrical wiring in general. I couldn't see it in the darkness. I thought the heat comes directly from the wooden stove, but it doesn't. There's a pot or wok with hot boiling water. It gives high humidity when the wood stove heats it up. The humidity rises above in the traditional way. Trays with tea leaves go on top of the racks, and the tea proceeds to ferment. Tea leaves in the baskets are covered with a cotton cloth. So this is the conditions for tea fermentation. But of course, this doesn't mean that all tea that is made on gas or electricity is absolutely impossible to drink, or there is something bad about it. It's got other benefits and it's much cheaper. That's it. Using firewood makes manufacture more expensive. And closer to big cities, firewood becomes more expensive. There are not many forests in the north of China, like in Yunnan province. Yixing region mainly specializes in producing ceramics. There's lots of national parks here, like Zhuhai Park, the Sea of Bamboo, one of the most famous and biggest in China. There's not much firewood here, and it's very expensive to bring it here. They use every type of wood they can, even tree roots. That's why they're very proud of it. They say, look, we're using real firewood. These tea leaves are at the Weidiao stage. The factory staff stir it from time to time, so that the tea releases excess moisture. It's the primary stage of natural drying. Red tea production takes 2 days. On the first day is the Weidiao stage, and also machine Weidiao. Then other stages proceed. On the second day, the tea leaves are ready for Honggang, the final drying stage. Today is a rolling stage, then fermentation, and then on the next day is final drying. So the production process takes 2 whole days. While we were walking around the plant, one of the workers from the factory collected some bamboo shoots. Now he's going to cook dinner. There's lots of bamboo growing in this region, and it's a very popular dish. Young bamboo shoots are delicious. This one is really good, and this bigger one not that tasty. As I understand it, bamboo is the main plant of the Chinese civilization. You can eat it, you can build houses from it, even this basket is made from bamboo. It's an amazing, versatile, universal plant. Without this plant, China would have been a very different place. I like to watch how the delivery of raw material is organized in different places. Right here, they put harvested tea on the scales. These pickers were invited by the owner of the plant from Anhui province. They all got a full allowance, accommodation, food, and travel, and they pay them this wage. The salary depends strictly on the amount of harvested tea they gathered. The first morning harvest is ready. The tea leaves are going to Weidiao. They will lie here for a while, and then it goes to machine Weidiao with aeration to make the moisture loss more effective. Before the pickers can deliver their raw material to the factory, they must first sort their harvest. The pickers spread their leaves out on a sheet, and then they sort through it and remove the defective leaves. If there's any defects or rubbish in the raw material, pickers may get fined, or even lose their jobs and sent back home. Thank you, we don't need your help. The factory owner's daughter, oversees this and makes sure that the quality is up to standards. To check there's no rubbish or wrongly picked leaves. All the bad quality leaves are thrown away. Good quality raw material they put back in the bag and bring it to the delivery point. This girl is the factory owner's daughter, and she's got special labels with her. Once the tea's been sorted, she gives one of these labels to the worker as a kind of certificate of quality control. But everything is fine, and it's been checked by the factory owner's daughter. This means that the raw material can go further. They can't bring bad quality raw material. It won't be accepted. They pay a lot of attention to quality control down here. It's really cool. Very thorough checks. I've never seen quality control like this before. But here it's very straightforward and very attentive. Here's the Wadiao stage. They scatter tea leaves on the surface. Yarek, no. Do it slowly. Take a little bit and throw it. Like that, yes. Come closer here and throw. Scatter it evenly. So this is the Wadiao stage of processing. Tea leaves are laid out till tomorrow for 24 hours. After that time, it goes for another process. Every tea needs different processing time. They did clean the floor and now spread tea leaves over it. Nobody walks here. The tea leaves are ready to spread, so we have to move now. The entire floor area of the plant will be covered in tea leaves and left until tomorrow. Everybody waits till the tea leaves are ready for the next stage. What do you think, Yarek? Did you like the factory? Yeah, it's good. Is it a good factory? Should we work with them? Yes. Yeah? Alright, it's a deal then. It's a good factory. We're going to work with them. Enjoy your tea.
他那个茶叶把它搞